Hey, John and Mary, this is Ace. I'm here with
Hi guys.
Levi at your property. He just finished the re-inspection. But yeah, let him tell you more, and we can walk through everything. And let's see if you have any questions after that. Thank you, guys.
So I'll start off with the roof. I just flew out with a drone. It looked good from the drone, but I always like to review those on the computer because it's somewhat I can zoom in and look a lot closer. So as of right now, it looks fixed, but you may see some more details in the report if I see something once I get home.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm just going to kind of scroll through the defects that were not 100% fixed. Some of these are not that big of an issue. Some I took videos for you guys kind of explaining why it's not a huge issue. So first thing here, we'll go over to the stairs for the deck. I called out the hangers on the stairs.
Right.
It's technically not a wrong hanger. It's just wrong how they mounted it. So basically they bent the bottom of it, and that's just not correct. Those type of hangers can be used for stairs. I think it's just fine. They do make hangers that actually, they go kind of on a 45 so that the stringer actually sits in the hanger. So that's what I like to see. Those are acceptable. It's just the mounting method isn't 100% best practice,
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, so obviously they've added a lot of dirt in here and regraded this, which is great. I did take a video underneath the stairs. Concerns me a little bit, but I would monitor that in the first couple rains because they definitely tried. They added more dirt and they tried to slope it. I'm just wondering, is the dirt gonna move? Is that enough of a swale? So just recommend monitoring that the first couple rains and then getting with the builder if you still have issues after that. I'm sure he'll address it after. I can't speak for him, but he seems like a good guy and I think he wants to do right. So
Yep.
one thing that I love that he did that most builders will not do, when I call this out for terminating next to the foundation, that's per code. They're allowed to come just right out next to the foundation. So I love that he actually extended it out, put a little gravel down there.
Just to take care of him. Yep.
Just to take care of it. I just love seeing little details like that because that just shows that people care when they put the extra effort there.
Yep.
They did add flashing behind the deck, so that's great. And cut out the flashing that was blocking the vent.
Yep. Yep.
Over here, so this is just kind of an interesting situation. I know me and Ace discussed this before. If you put a proper well cover here, it's going to be a trip hazard. You're probably going to be kicking it, tripping up the stairs, tripping down the stair. So they added this piece of kind of like flashing, and they did a good job. Like they actually mortared it in over here. They just used sealant there. This is another spot I'd monitor the first few times it rains. Maybe even poke your head in the crawl space door with a flashlight and see if any water's sitting over here. They did a great job in the crawl space. I'm pretty sure they put a brand new vapor barrier in on top of the other one, so you got really good vapor barrier coverage. They fixed the gaps in there. There's no standing water, no staining water, or no stains on the vapor barrier from previous water. Now,
And it rained pretty heavily yesterday.
yeah, it just rained recently, so that's great news.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I don't know when they put that in. So they could have put that in this morning. They could have put it in 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So not saying that they just are trying to hide it. I just don't. It looks great. It's
Yeah.
obviously a new vapor barrier. So just something to keep an eye on. But they did do things to address the moisture with the grading, with the cover. They added more covers on these vents back here and on the right side. So they're definitely trying to address it. It's just seeing the real world application the next few times it rains.
Yep.
Next few times it rains.
And also you do have that 1-year builder warranty, so if anything happens after you monitor the property, anything wrong or needs to be addressed, just contact the builder and he will take care of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. They did touch up a lot of the painting. The one spot that they didn't, if you look up kind of, I don't know, what is that, a foot and a half away from that vent to the right? You see that little spot up there? That's the only spot that they didn't touch up with paint. They got everywhere else that I called out.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that's probably just an access thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty high up there. So they added your anti-siphon cap here, extended that condensate drain, so that's awesome. I did still leave this bonding for the electric panel. I just can't see myself where it's bonded. I did see where they printed out the report and he made a note that it's something about manufacturer bonding.
Recommendation, yeah.
So, well, it's like the way he wrote it up made it seem like the manufacturer has it bonded somewhere in here. I just can't see it. It's usually a green screw or a piece of copper that's going in the bus bar that's attached to the bus bar and the panel.
Okay.
So if I can't physically see it with my own eyes, I always call it out regardless.
Right.
So he's saying it is bonded,
okay.
which is fine. If an electrician is saying it's bonded, I trust him.
Okay.
If I can't see it with my own eyes,
just put it in the report.
I'd put it in the report regardless.
Yep.
They did add the vent in the door here, which is great, which I remember they did that next door as
Yep.
well.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, with the crawl space, they did a great job. I don't think I had anything left. Let me just double check before I...
Yep. So this door now provides more ventilation and it has a bigger cutout too. Let's see.
The only thing I called out in there still was the little bit of fungal growth, and it's very minor for our area. It's a little bit on the girder on that rear wall, kind of right in the middle there.
It does look great. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job in this crawl space, addressing all those concerns. That we
It's
had.
fresh in there too.
What's that?
It smells kind of fresh in
Yeah,
there
it
too.
does. I mean, yeah. I think from here we can head inside.
I remember there was one piece of loose siding.
Oh yeah, in the front they fixed both of those. It was on either side of the front porch roof over here. They fixed that. Right up here, you can kind of see in that joint where they touched up the paint right above the roof line for the front porch. You see that joint? If you follow the roof line up.
Yeah, I see
That's where
that.
they fixed that, and then it was the same location on the other side.
Looks good.
So,
Barely see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over there where they face nailed, they got the 2 nails in there, so that's secure now.
Yeah, you probably can't see it from the video, but it looks really good.
Oh, and the one thing that we were me and Ace were discussing before we got you on video is the weak flow throughout the house, the low water pressure. It was right around like 40 or 38, something like that when I was here the first time. It's usually between 40 and 80, so like 60 is the average. So I took a video in the upstairs hall first, and it looked like the pressure was better at the sinks, kind of the same at the bathtub. But when I came out here and checked the pressure, it actually is lower. It was actually at like 30 PSI now. So I think they adjusted it down instead of up and just didn't double check. So easy fix. They just need to adjust it up. I would suggest 50 to 60 PSI because that's kind of right in the middle range there.
Yep.
That should address that. Easy fix for a plumber. So yeah, now I think we can head inside.
Yep. They have the mailbox.
And they touched up like the sealant around the door and that kind of stuff. All the few sealant areas that I called out, they touched that up too. That was
good.
peeling pretty bad from what I remember.
Okay. Let's see. Seems like they removed all the blue tape already. Remember there were some nail holes. I don't see any right now.
In here, they got the disposal working now.
Okay.
I think it just didn't have a wire.
Yep.
If I remember. They fixed some of these cabinets. This one I called out. It's just kind of grinding a little bit as it goes in and out. I took a video of that just to show that you don't hear anything. It's just a little bit of a grinding sound there. A little adjustment should be able to fix that. Still no anti-tip bracket on the oven. I'm assuming that should be in. It comes with the new units, so they probably have that somewhere. If not, another easy fix for them.
And the builder did print out the entire report.
Yeah,
And
actually, now that you're talking, sorry to interrupt,
Yep.
please. He actually had the HVAC technician here to explain these two things. This one I was actually wrong in calling out. That's probably the second or third time I've actually called it out. And he did explain that there's a float switch in there that I guess shuts off the unit if it leaks inside, so there's no need for an auxiliary drain pan. In my opinion, it's always a good idea to have an auxiliary, but if the manufacturer says you don't need it, then that even kind of overtakes code too when the manufacturer says that. So I was wrong in calling that out. That does not need a drain pan. This right here, the HVAC technician said due to the manufacturer, I don't know if it avoids the warranty or what, but there's some kind of like styrofoam sealant around this. And he said he can't take that apart to fix it. Normally what they would do is just add sealant around, like silicone sealant around that. Kind of not really sure why he couldn't do it. He claims it's normal to have conditioned air leaking out. It's not. By normal, he means it happens all the time, and yes, it does, but that doesn't mean that it's right. So normal, I guess normal and right are two different things in my mind. Just because a lot of units leak air doesn't make it right. Obviously, they don't design an HVAC unit to leak conditioned air into an unconditioned space like that.
Right.
So it looks like the builder's probably not going to take care of this one. If you wanted another HVAC technician to take a look at it on your own afterwards, you could. But that's just where me and the HVAC technician disagree on that particular item.
Yep.
One other thing that was the HVAC. So you had this air supply here, and the one in the kitchen had insulation hanging down low, and you can still see that insulation in there. But what it is, now that I see it closer, is you basically have the air supply vent cut out, which is right here, and then the vent itself is actually lower, so they're not actually lined up correctly. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm not really seeing the insulation hanging down. I'm seeing where they should be like this, and they're offset.
Okay.
So that's you're still getting the air through here, but it's just not, you're not gonna get the flow that you should, because it's hitting the flooring, you know.
Yeah.
It is a small space, so you don't need a ton of airflow in there. It honestly might actually be kind of good that you're getting a little restricted flow in the half bathroom, because if you have that door closed and you're in there for a while,
It's gonna be cold
it's
or
gonna be
too
cold or
hot.
hot. Yeah, exactly. The downside of that to me is like cleaning and getting like dirt and debris around the vent. It would kind of be my thing, because it's not fully sealed correctly.
Right.
If it's offset.
Right. I remember I have one tape right here. Let me see it. Wall. Yeah, it's good. Remember there was a spot on the ceiling that's gone too.
Yeah, they seem to have done a good job with the cosmetic stuff. And it sounds, did you do a blue tape after?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Actually came back like twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing over here, they did replace this filter, and they did clean the air supply in the master bedroom, but this is still a little dirty to me. You know, it just looks like it could be vacuumed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just construction dust.
Yeah.
I think they marked that one as okay, but they probably just checked that vent, saw that they cleaned that one, and just assumed that they cleaned all of them. So that's just a simple vacuuming out. In here, that's working correctly now. I think that was chirping, or it was flashing red. It's green and hasn't chirped at all since I've been here.
Yeah.
So just a battery replacement. And then,
Nice.
yeah.
This thing right here, the battery was replaced. Let's see. Yeah, they touched up on the wall too. I don't see any nail holes.
And then in the master bathroom, these drawers, the top two drawers, just close by themselves.
Oh.
Not all the way, but obviously inconvenient if you want to have it open and
Yeah.
you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to get this fixed. Yeah.
Yeah, just the top two. The bottom one stays.
Yeah.
Well,
Not 100%.
not 100%.
I'm wondering if you put stuff in it.
Oh, if it kind of weighs it down
Yeah,
some.
I mean-
that could be, yeah.
I have my phone in there.
Let's load it up like I'm going through
Yeah,
airport.
that's probably about it. Yeah.
There we go. Still, yeah.
Nope. Yep. I need to get that fixed.
All right, and then what else did I have in here? Oh, the vents. So this is another thing that I think I still marked it as not fixed, but it's not a huge deal. So the upstairs hall bathroom makes like a very, very slight rattling sound when you run the fan. This one is really quiet. So that's about perfect.
Yeah.
And then this one is pretty loud. So it's not an issue, they're functional. I put my hand up to it, air's flowing through it. That's the biggest thing you want it to do, obviously, is to get the moisture out of the room. So
Right.
they're functional. I'm being very nitpicky calling that one out. So just know that that's marked as not fixed, but it's not a big issue at all.
looks like they cleaned the white panel stairs as well. They wiped it clean, really nice.
So you'll see this in the video that I made, but to me that pressure looks better than it was the first time, which is very odd because it's actually lower pressure at the spigot when you measure it. This is it's still got water flowing through here. It's not, actually that's the best it's been right there.
He did say nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And he just said you have to adjust it. Like that, I think you're just
kind of play around with
yeah.
it. Yeah. That could be, because I call this out very often. And it's, you know, this is obviously brand new. And it's actually sealing well right now. That's 3 times in a row, it's actually. You know what? I'm gonna mark that. That's 4 times in a row it's worked, so.
Yep.
Yep. No, so I'm gonna mark that as fixed.
And they touched up this wall right here too. Here was a little painting hanging in the hole. They fixed that.
And I think there was 1 or 2 vent covers that were hanging down. They fixed that.
Yep.
Half bathroom, I think, had that.
Let's run the fan here real quick.
Yeah, that's the one. See, I'm being very nitpicky with it. Just kind of,
yeah.
You know, it's not a big deal at all. Let's see what else we had. So as far as the attic goes, I'll just kind of show you the picture. They didn't do anything with the gaps. These are rafters, and then you have your ridge board, and there's just small gaps there. They could shim those. Very common in new builds. They're just not cutting it right and getting it. This is actually 3 rafters in a row, so kind of built up together. So just shim it to prevent, you know, some small movement, maybe help with some cracking in the future if they do that. Not a huge detrimental structural issue. I think that was the only other thing in the attic other than the HVAC that we discussed downstairs.
See the walls. I remember this room, they did not hang any pictures. And I didn't really put too much blue tape, I think. Yeah, I think I put a tape saying this was not like latching 100% right, but right now it looks like they fixed that too. Yeah, it's good. All right, the last room. This room, they had a lot of pictures hanging up on the wall. Yeah, I think they did a great job. I honestly don't see anything.
Yeah, I think they did a great job fixing all the little cosmetic things.
Yeah, me and Levi we were talking earlier. We both think this builder is really responsible.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, I got a high opinion of him after working with him twice now and seeing just how he tries to fix everything and take care of everything. Not every builder does that, so that's good.
Yep.
It's good to have somebody like that.
All right, John, Mary, thank you guys so much, and I'll upload this to you as soon as possible. And Levi will produce his report as well. Review the video and let us know if you have any questions. And of course, I'm going to submit the re-inspection report to the builder again and make sure he takes care of the rest before closing. And yeah, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.